Hi and welcome to GTO Charts. Really excited today to be bringing you showcasing our latest 6 Max Cash charts. We're calling them 6 Max Cash A. If you notice up here, we now have 2 lots of 6 Max Cash, well 3 actually, A, B and Deep Stack. But today, just showing you these new 6 Max Cash A charts. As you can see in front of you now, there they are. And what we're looking at is, I'll take you through it. Up here is description of how many big blinds. It's 100 BB only with no ante, no rake, and a limping strategy from the small blind. Actually, it has a limping strategy from the small blind, but also there's your limping strategy from the small blind we'll go into in a moment, but also just has a non-limping strategy, just open raising from the small blind. So depending on what you fancy, I'm not a big fan myself of the limp from the small blind, but a lot of people are and think it's a great tool to have in your arsenal, limping from the small blind, and I'll get to those later. Also, make these charts as colourful as possible, so everything stands out. Colours are up here as far as opening, limping, open folding, folding, calling, 3-betting, 4-betting, and all in. Let's start here. Here we have all our raised first ins, is a completely different tab. That can be very useful just to when you're playing a game to quickly see what range you should be using. Now these are of course GTO approved, using inputs of raising first in for 2.2 BB and 100 big blind, no ante, no rake. And we hope to be bringing you some more charts soon, some more 6 Max Cash charts where we have antes and we have rake considerations. But for the moment, let's have a look at these charts. As I said, all your raised first ins are here. You'll notice, this is hopefully pretty standard. You can see there's a mixed strategy. Now, the magic of these new charts is, for instance, let's say King 5 suited, you're under the gun. Should you open mouse over the King 5 suited, and you see 23%, so meaning a number between 1 and 23. Look at our random number, just changed to 4, so we would open that. Just to highlight, the random number generator now is here, and it changes every 30 seconds. As you see, a mouse over the mixed strategy ranges, and you'll get the exact percentage for that range. Just line that up with your random number generator, and you will have an awesomely balanced GTO opening range from all the positions. Okay, so that's all pretty easy, opening certain range. So let's move on to each position, have a quick look at those. Under the gun, we move into under the gun. I've also included the opening range here. So again, mouse over, see the percentages. But then tab over here and we see what's happening when you're facing 3 bets and all ins. So because under the gun is the earliest position in a 6 Max game that you can open from, you're going to get 3-bet from a lot of other positions. As you can see, middle position, cut off, the button, small blind, and the big blind. Now here, let's take an example. You're under the gun and you open. Let's go for ace 10 suited as an example, and you are 3-bet by middle position. Now this is where you're going to have a guess, because we don't have the exact ranges here, but if you look at ace 10 suited, which is just here, you can see in orange to me it looks like about 40%, and green is 60. So we go 40% of the time we should be 4-betting. Up here, 4-bet. Our random number generator says 9. So if we were to be 3-bet, sorry, yes, if we were to be 3-bet from middle position, we should be 4-betting approximately 40% of the time. Now, this is where the real magic comes in. Let's say we 3-bet. Sorry, excuse me. We 4-bet from under the gun after we've been 3-bet from middle position, and then our 4-bet is shoved over all in. What we do, this is where the beautiful thing about this chart comes in. We just mouse over and voila. Looking at our ace-10 suited, it's blue. Look at our color chart up top right, and it's a fold. Similar thing for all the other positions then, facing a 3-bet from cutoff, facing 3-bet from button, small blind, big blind, so on and so forth. Again, mouse over, you get your, what to do when your 4-bet is shoved over, all in. Then we move on to middle position. Similar thing. If you're facing 3-bets, you're going to be facing 3-bets from less positions because you're opening later. But notice here, when the raise first ends now, it's possible for you to be facing a raise before it gets to you. So if under the gun opens and you're in middle position, here you can see a chart, GTO chart, advising you how to proceed. For example, aces, obviously we're going to 3-bet, and they advise to 3-bet that 100% of the time. Same with ace-king suited. And then a mixed strategy with a lot of the other hands, and then a lot of just flat-out folds. And again, if you 3-bet and you are 4-bet, mouse over, and we can see what strategy you should take when you are 4-bet. So yeah, I think this is all pretty cool and all pretty fast. So yep, quick mouse over and the GTO strategy pops up straight away. Of course, yep, the same again here. These charts are the same as you find in the raise first ends for middle position. And then it just goes on to cut off. Similar things. Obviously, you're going to be facing more raises in front of you. When you're in cutoff, you're going to get raises from under the gun. And middle position. Button, same. So it gets a little different when we get to the small blind, and as I previously said in this video, we have two strategies here. One for a small blind when you do not want to employ a limping strategy, where you just have the suggested opening ranges here. Again, mouse over, get the percentage you should be opening. And then there's a small blind limp. Sorry, let's just quickly look at, small bet facing 3-bets and all-ins, similar to what I showed you before. This is where it gets a little different. Small blind, if you decide to employ a limping strategy, which a lot of GTO solutions are recommending. So as you can see, for one thing, everything becomes a little more colourful when you're employing a limping strategy. And we have a mixed strategy here of opening and limping. So interestingly, aces, if we mouse over that, it tells us that 68% of the time we should be opening and 32% limping. Obviously that's to disguise our range a little bit. You just don't want to be limping all your marginal hands, all your bad hands. and then it's just a matter then of mousing over all the other ones and getting the breakdown of the GTO strategy that you should be doing, you should be employing from the small blind. Interesting things here where like King 7 off and King 5 off and King 4 off are limped 100% of the time. There's nothing really suggested to open 100% of the time. Possibly King 10 suited. Actually, no. There we go. Well, King Jack suited 100% of the time. King 10 suited 98% of the time. Everything else is pretty well mixed. And obviously the white is just basically fold all the trashy hands. Finally, big blind. You obviously won't be opening any hands from the big blind as it's the last to act, but a lot of people will be opening in front of you. Again, we see all the positions. If you are facing a raise from under the gun, middle position, cut off the button and small blind, and what the suggested 3-bet and flatting ranges are. And once again, mouse over if you 4-bet as to what your strategy should be. And finally, big blind versus small blind. It's sort of just something I need to clarify is, I mean, it's pink saying 3-bet, but if someone limps and you raise, is that a 3-bet or is that a 2-bet? Neither here nor there, as long as you just understand that you should be, if someone limps, you should be raising up your aces. And if you are then 3-bet and you have aces, obviously you need to throw in a 4-bet. And if he 5-bets, well, happy days, you're pretty much there. Okay. I think I've covered most of what I wanted to explain these new charts. We're pretty excited about them. We think they're the best ones out there. Let's not forget that we also have a ton of other charts. Best if I just go to our front page that we've redesigned recently. And there's pretty much a summary there on what we have. The 6 Max Cash A, which are the ones I just went through then. 6 Max Cash B, a little different. Got some squeezing ranges in there, which we don't have in the A charts, but they don't have the unique mouse over feature. 6 Max Deep, that's just for 200 BB. Then we get into the tournaments. 6 Max Tournament A. Hope to bring you lots of different tournament strategies. This one we haven't populated what it is, but it's 100 big blinds only, and it's 6 Max, and it's I think 2.5 BB opening. Not quite 100% sure. Also have spin and goes and PLO. Don't think anyone else has PLO charts quite like these. Check them out on YouTube. There's a video about them. There's a link up here to go to YouTube. Video on those here. Heads up. Covers a lot of different blind levels, 20, 25, 30, 40, I think up to 100, down to 4 possibly. And then some push fold charts. Great for, you know, at the end of tournaments, 10-handed or 6 Max. For example, this is, you're in a tournament, 10 BB effective stacks. And you're in middle position. This is a GTO unexploitable shoving range. And then Nash, I mean, I'm sure you've seen Nash charts before, but these are a little different. I think just easier to get a quick glance at what you should be shoving, what you shouldn't be shoving, what you should be calling with. At various stack depths well, probably heads up, sit and go situations. All right, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. Again, oh, sorry, one more thing. Our pricing. We've got rid of our free charts. It was just a little bit too much to maintain lots of charts. So what we've done is you can trial all our charts for just 99 cents. You get a 24-hour trial, and you get all of our charts that you would in the monthly, 6-monthly, or yearly package. I think that's a great way just to get on, see what these charts are all about. We think you'll like them. So yeah, check that out. And if you're already a member, price is still staying the same. Charts keep getting added every month, trying to bring out some new innovative GTO charts. We want to be the best pre-flop GTO chart builders out there. Okay, thanks for listening. Talk to you again.